Welcome to Folk Music Theater. Our guests this week are the Travelers Three. Miss Kathy Taylor. Our own Sylvia Lewis with Jerry Glenn. And our most charming hostess, Linda Darnell.
Hello. This is Folk Music Theater, and the guitar here is a kind of a signature for our folk ballads and for our balladeers. You know, every generation that comes along thinks that it's the first one to discover folk music. Well, I still sing songs that I learned as a child in Dallas, Texas, and they're just as exciting to me today as they were then. And I remember I used to sing some of them to my little girl, Lola. And just yesterday, she was singing one to Johnny, her little boyfriend. Well, that's the whole story of folk music. Someone hears a song, likes it, sings it to someone else. The American tradition of folk singing came to this country with our forefathers, and the songs sort of spring up like wildflowers from the hearts of the people. They blossom out of the hills of Kentucky, the plains of the West, the farms of New England, telling the stories of how people live, how they laugh, cry, how they love. And that brings us to the theme of this show, love songs of the balladeer. In the early New England states, when courtship was a wee bit more formal than it is today, some songs sprang up about the courtship game. Among them were Johnny Ferrera and Paper of Pins. Our balladeers, the Travelers Three, and Miss Kathy Taylor.
Of a fellow John Ferrera we will sing, we will sing. He could ride a horse, a pig, or anything, anything. But whenever he would walk, all the people they would talk, for his bowling were as rounded as a ring. And all the people called Ferrera Johnny with the bandy legs. And all the people called Ferrera Johnny with the bandy legs. Hop, 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 skip with the left foot, hop, 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 skip with the right foot, stay in the middle of the road, Ferrera Johnny with the bandy legs. Every time that Johnny made his merry sigh, there was one good remedy that Mary had. When her Johnny did her wrong, she would sing this little song, and it always made him very, very mad.
Go pack your things and trek Ferrera, Johnny with the bandy legs. Go pack your things and trek Ferrera, Johnny with the bandy legs.
Hop, 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 skip with the left foot, hop, 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 skip with the right foot, stay in the middle of the road, Ferrera, Johnny with the bandy legs. On the nights when Johnny courted Mary White, he would stage a smile that candlelight was bright.
But one evening he forgot, and he kissed her quite a lot. So her papa came and said,
Well, that's all tonight. Go pack your things and trek Ferrera, Johnny with the bandy legs. Go pack your things and trek Ferrera, Johnny with the bandy legs. Hop, 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 skip with the left foot, hop, 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 skip with the right foot, stay in the middle of the road, Ferrera. Johnny with a bandy leg. I'll give to you a paper of pins, and that's the way our love begins. If you will marry me, if you will marry me.
I'll not accept a paper of pins if that's the way your love begins, and I won't marry you, sir, I won't marry you.
I'll give to you a silver comb to brush your hair when we're alone. If you will marry me, if you will marry me.
I'll not accept your silver comb, for we will never be alone, and I won't marry you, sir, I won't marry you.
I'll give to you a house and home, I'll work all day and never roam. If you will marry me, if you will marry me.
I'll not accept your house and home, so give up work and start to roam. I won't marry you, sir, I won't marry you.
I'll give to you a dress of red, stitched and bound in golden thread. If you will marry me, if you will marry me.
I'll not accept a dress of red, stitched and bound in golden thread, and I won't marry you, sir, I won't marry you.
I'll give to you my diamond mine, and all the children you will shine. If you will marry me, if you will marry me.
I will accept the diamond mine, and all the children we will shine, and I will marry you, sir, I will marry you.
I will not do anything rash, the lady's heart is cold as cash. I'll never marry you, I'll never marry you. I will not do anything rash. The lady's heart is cold as cash. She'll never marry you. I'll never marry you.
Oh, great, boys. Hey, that was fun. It was just wonderful. But, Kathy, tell me, who wrote that Paper of Pins?
Well, it's such an old song, no one really knows.
Huh. A woman's heart is cold as cash.
But don't you like the song?
Well, I like the song, all right, but I question that last verse no matter who wrote it. Here, put this on.
What's this?
Well, that's your wardrobe for the next number.
Wardrobe?
Yeah, you're going to
Where?
ship out.
Mr. Christian, where are you?
Oh, go on. I've asked the Travelers Three to do one of the favorite love ballads of all times. Incidentally, it's one of my very own favorites, too. Black is the color of my true love's hair.
Oh, that is a beautiful song.
Isn't it wonderful and romantic, too? Kathy, you know, originally this was sung by British sailors separated from their sweethearts, and it tells a very tender story of devotion.
Black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some rosy fair, the purest eyes, the warmest hands. I love her grass whereon she stands. Alone each night, alone I weep, unsatisfied, I ne'er can sleep. I write to you a few short lines. I suffer death 10,000 times. My own true love, oh fare you well. Our time has passed, but I wish you well, and still I hope the time will come when you and I will be as one. I know my love, and well she knows. I love the grass whereon she goes. If she on earth no more I see, my life will fade in sorrow's sea. Black is the color of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some rosy fair, the purest eyes, the warmest hands. I love the grass whereon she stands, whereon she stands, whereon she
A long time ago, if a knight wanted to marry his lady, he would ask her a number of riddles. And if she answered correctly, he would make her his bride. Well, that isn't exactly the way they do it today, but that is the subject of our next number. It's called the Riddle Song, one of the purest and simplest of all love ballads. And here is truly one of the sweetest and purest of all voices to ask the riddle. Kathy Taylor.
I gave my love a cherry that had How can there be a cherry that has no stone? How can there be a chicken that has no bone? How can there be a ring that has no end? How can there be a baby with no crying? A cherry, when it's blooming, it has no stone. A chicken, when it's pippin', it has no bone. A ring, when it's rolling, it has no end. A baby, when it's sleeping, there's no crying.
Well, those simple words are going to be on this old ground for a long time to come. The story of love never changes. Oh, taking a drive has replaced taking a walk. Rock and roll and the twist have replaced the Boston fancy. But the story is the same. Now, here are our marvelous dancers, Sylvia Lewis and Jerry Glenn, as they join Kathy Taylor in the Boston fancy.
I first saw my lover down in Boston Bay, waiting for the high tide to take him far away. Along came a lady and I heard him say, let's do the Boston fancy. Hold me in your arms tonight, love you dear with all my might. Take my hand and hold it tight, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Soon, my darling, we must part. Darling, it's the teardrop start. Hold me closer to your heart, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Hold me in your arms tonight, love you do with all my might. Take my hand and hold it tight, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Soon, my darling, we must part. Darling, it's the teardrop start. Hold me closer to your heart, and we'll do the Boston fancy. I went down to meet you at the dock, and so did every girlie from here to Plymouth Rock. But I'll be so shy, dear, you'll forget the clock, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Hold me in your arms tonight, love you do with all my might. Take my hand and hold it tight, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Hold me in your arms tonight, love you do with all my might. Take my hand and hold it tight, and we'll do the Boston fancy. Soon, my darling, we must part. Darling, it's the teardrop start. Hold me closer to your heart, and we'll do the Boston fancy. We'll do the Boston fancy. We'll do the Boston fancy.
Don't look so unhappy, Sylvia. I played the other woman a few times myself.
Well, I question that last verse. I don't care who wrote it.
Oh, but they look so cute together.
Oh, well, you can't win them all.
Sure can't. You know, for me, music is one of the greatest joys of living. Some of our folk songs are sung in every country in the world and have been for years. Now, a tree may be cut down and forgotten, or perhaps made into a door like this one. But a song lives on and on, like that one. The happy spirit of a glass raised in song, singing a toast to love. You know it, and I can't resist it any longer, so come on, let's join them, huh?
Let every good fellow now fill up his glass. Viva la company, and drink to the health of a beautiful lass. Viva la company, viva la, viva la, viva la more, viva la, viva la, viva la more, viva la more, viva la more, viva la company.
Let every married man drink to his wife.
Viva la company,
The joy of his bosom and plague of his life.
viva la company, viva la, viva la, viva la more, viva la, viva la, viva la more, viva la more, viva la more, viva la company.
Peace.
Come, you fellows, and sing this with me. Viva la company. Lift your voices and sing merrily. Viva la company. Hey! Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company.
Kathy.
Since all with good humor I've toasted so free,
Viva la company.
I hope it will please you to drink now with me.
Viva la company. Hey! Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Around and around we will dance very fast. Viva la company. We'll sing and we'll dance just as long as we last. Viva la company. Hey! Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Hey!
Take a deep breath and we'll sing it once more.
Viva la company.
May your good fortune will knock at your door.
Viva la company. Hey! Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company. Should they take a hand and demand that we part? Viva la company. This happy occasion will live in my heart. Viva la company. Hey! Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company.
Just one final toast, and we'll finish it right. Viva la company. To each of you, happiness, Godspeed, and good night. Viva la company.
Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la, viva la, viva la more. Viva la more, viva la more. Viva la company.
I think you'll have to admit that a few more songs like these, with a little more love, and the world would be so much happier. Well, next week our theme will be sea shanties, with an exciting trio and a dynamic young new singing star. Oh yes, and of course our wonderful dancers, Sylvia Lewis and Jerry Glenn, will be here with me too. So for now, good night, and Lord love you all.
Join us next week for another half hour with Miss Linda Darnell and Folk Music Theater.